Good evening, Yarny's fiber friends and dirty hookers. And hey there, Krusty. How are you doing? Thank you for the bits and thank you for the redeems. And hey there, Seagam. How is everybody doing this evening? I'm doing pretty good. I actually took a little bit of a nap. We had family come over for a short little lunch. It wasn't anything eventful, nothing special. Got done eating, and then I'm sitting here working on the one of my commission pieces. I was like, you know what? I need a little bit of a nap, so I took like a 2 hour nap, and that like refreshed me. So I am raring to go. I hope everybody's doing well. And I did see that Llama redeemed first, that they're going to be lurking because they're playing games with Sue and friends. And hey there, Gary. I'm just making certain I'm not forgetting anybody who has chat in here. Hey, Lilac, how are you? All right, I don't think I have any announcements tonight before we get into this. Again, I did all the new channel point redeems that Krusty has been redeeming. I haven't changed anything with them. What else? Oh, I still have the poll going on the Discord. If anybody wants to check out the poll, there's 4 different angel crocheted angel tree toppers that Granny Karen Cakes Moreno has chose, and she wants your opinion on which one that we are going to do. So everybody can vote. The poll will be open until the 7th of December, so you have time to vote on that. Because then the following week, I think that's the 14th, is when she will be doing it. Hopefully she can do it all in one stream. We'll see. I think that's about it. Hey there, Bray Crochet. Llama says, boyfriend came home yesterday, tested positive for COVID, and felt increasingly silly along. You're silly? I'm sorry that he doesn't feel well. Well, you can test positive and still feel fine, but I'm sorry that he tested positive. But you feel silly? Is that a side effect, or you just having one of those days? or is that more of a what is the word? A figure of speech, I guess? Yeah, figure of speech. Oh, feeling off. Oh, it's feeling off. Okay, feel funny. Okay, gotcha. Well, I hope both of you are okay. That it's not going to be too bad. And hope you all feel better if you do end up feeling ill. Let me double check this thing over here. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're just getting right into it. We're doing temperature blanket, so it's pretty much sit back and chill and chit chat while I try to get some more progress done on this. It's round 2 for us. Had it the first time last night. Gotcha. Well, I hope it's not bad. You know, I don't know if I ever got it. I never felt any of the symptoms. I never felt sick. Well, I did take one COVID test. Was it a year and a half ago? And it was negative. But that's the only time I've ever had to take one. So, but again, you can also have it and not feel any symptoms, and even with a test, it could be a false negative. It's one of those at-home tests. It wasn't like it was one at the doctors or anything. Okay. So, how is everybody besides Llama's boyfriend having COVID? Okay, I gotta remember how to do this. Okay. All right. I took my glasses off because there's something in my eye, and I don't think I got it. And I gotta. It's probably just, you know, I always call them sleep or sleepers. Those little bits of, it's actually debris. They get caught in your eye when you sleep. Okay. Let's move that out of the way. So yeah, immediate family came over today for lunch, and so we had lunch. There was soup, there was chicken salad sandwiches, some cheese and crackers, and actually, for those of you, and I don't know if it's in other countries. I know the stores in other countries. Aldi, it's a German-based grocery store. We have Aldi's here, and I don't know if they have the same product in other countries. I don't think so. I think it's probably different. But in the U.S., Aldi's, they have a snack brand called Clancy's. That's like their brand because they don't really have name brands. Occasionally, you'll find one here and there, but they make like chips and corn chips and pretzels and stuff. Well, I found these pretzels the other day. They're garlic and onion. Oh my god, they're so damn good. I love anything garlicky, onion. Strange fact about the crafty cob. My favorite vegetable is onion. Like, I'm not joking. Oh yeah, Aldi's is great. Um, if there's anything that has onion in it, I'm all over it. I know there are people who hate onion. No, give me onion. I don't do it anymore, but when I was in high school, favorite snack of mine was to take an onion, and I don't care what type of onion. It could be a white onion, it could be a yellow onion, it could be a red onion, it could be a sweet onion. Take an onion, a whole onion, slice it up, slice the whole onion, and then just raw onion, and then little thing of ketchup, and I would watch TV while dipping raw onion in ketchup and eating it. Nobody in my family bothered me the rest of the day. But yeah, to this day, I still love onion. Extra onions. So yeah, that's a little fun fact about the crafty cob. If you're making pot roast, and you put the onions and the potatoes and the carrots and the celery, more onions the better. You can have the other stuff. Hey there, Fairy Dust. How are you? You came in while I was, what's the word? What's the word? Professing my love of the onion. And right after I say that, I'll probably have like a decrease in followers. Everybody's gonna unfollow. They're like, oh, that's that onion guy. You're working on a commission piece? Yeah, I've got two commission pieces. Well, if you were here last night, that's what I was working on. I didn't do Project Linus blankets last night. I was, did the blanket, the squares for the blanket, the eyeball blanket. I've got all the purple and all of the blue eyes done. I started the green. I think I started that off stream last night. Well, I could do without the celery. I could take onions in small amounts. Celery's okay. Celery's not my favorite. Like if you get like what do they call it? Crudité. Yeah, I'm throwing out the big fancy words. Crudité, that's where you have like the chopped up the fresh vegetables and the dip and all of that. If there's celery there, that's not my go-to. That's not like my first one I go to. Um, what is my first one? Oh, the red or orange or yellow bell peppers. Those are good. Cucumbers. Love fresh cucumber. I've also been known, and this is, and yeah, I'm going to admit this on the internet. I have been known. You know how you can get like the jar of the cocktail onions, the sour ones, not the sweet ones. I don't like the sweet ones as much, but the sour ones, I love anything sour. Also, um, the pearl cocktail onions. I can sit and eat the whole jar in one sitting. Yeah, onions and green peppers. Yes, I'm weird about green peppers. I only like green peppers if they're raw or fresh. I don't like cooked green peppers. It's like a texture thing. Now, if they're chopped up as an ingredient in something, okay. But if there's big pieces of it or like stuffed peppers, I won't eat the pepper. I'll eat the stuffing that's in the pepper, but not a. It's not one of my favorites. I didn't even turn on the fan. Fan for comfort, not because anything smells. Because like onions. Before I started this, but you don't like cucumbers. I can put a hurting on some raw turnips. Okay, I'm not a fan of turnips. Okay, if they're in something like cooked or whatever, yeah, I can do that. But it's not really a go-to vegetable for us. We don't really get turnips. Gotta have another one of these garlic onion pretzels. And I don't have the bag here to show you what they look like. Hey there, Hack Vetica. Thank you for the fingy stretches. And you know what? I didn't do this. And I should have done this earlier. Krusty was in here earlier and we're doing some redeems. So I'm going to shout out Krusty. Check out Krusty's Customs if you are interested in seeing wood burning and welding. Last night he was streaming. He was making this rose. It was all, I don't know exactly. And then there was aluminum. I don't know exactly all that was involved in it. But it was all metal. It was really, really pretty. But disclaimer, there is adult humor and adult talk, so it's not for those virgin ears. So check out Krusty's. And how are you, Hackvetica? If you are into video games and a really, really nice person, check out Hackvetica. I've popped into Hackvetica's stream from time to time. Very chill over there. He plays, I don't know exactly all the games you play. I'm not a video gamer. And things that you have played aren't games that I've heard of when I've popped in. So if you want to list a few indie games. Okay. Yeah, definitely check out Hackvetica. Pix and I were very risque in Krusty's stream last night. I popped into Krusty's stream right before he raided out. And yeah, it's always risque over there. Gonna have you on while you lurk. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the lurk hack. I appreciate it. But I like to shout out fellow streamers. And I'm still working on this orange. We're going to be doing orange for a while for this section. Let me double check. Double check. I am on row number 4 of 8 of the orange. So get used to the orange. And I thought I was going to have to get more orange, but I don't think I do because I got 3 skeins of it the other week. And I did use some of this in the not even close at hand. I used a little bit of it in the candy corn. So this orange is the same orange that I'm using now. But I didn't use a whole lot. The prudish word struggle. The prudish would struggle in crusty stream, yes. But it's a good time over there. Hey, Sue, how are you? You see me? Well, I'm glad that the camera's working, that you can see me. You said llama that you see you. Okay. You see llama. Okay. You don't? Well, you don't see llama on my stream, like on my stream. She's not here. I mean, in the chat, but are, oh, wait a minute. Whoa, whoa. Sue might be on llama's balcony. Do we have a stalker in our midst? I don't know. Can you hear my talk? Oh, oh. Wait. If Sue's not there, then maybe llama's hearing voices. Actually, do in your headphones. Oh, okay. Hey there, get off my yarn. You're innocent. Oh, this isn't. This might not be the place for the innocent. But everybody, welcome in. Oh, I'm still wrestling this blanket, and I'm only in the section for August. Stalking is when 2 people have a long romantic walk together, but only one of them knows about it. Yes, true. True. That's eyelashes. Well, in Germany, the words for Virgo and Virgin are the same, so always be innocent. Oh, okay. You better keep the door closed, or I'm going to come in and cuddle you until we both unalive. Ooh. Okay. No. No, we're not doing that type of cuddling. Same and finish? Ah. Well, I guess that makes sense because well, enjoy your run of that. I guess that makes sense because English like borrows words from all these other different languages and it has evolved and just the way keep your roni. No, wait. Roni is fine. Like macaroni? Yeah, there's a difference between macaroni and Corona. I'll take the macaroni. When I see the word roni, I think macaroni, as in like the pasta. But yeah, I know you're all playing games together online, so I know that's how you can hear each other. Here in the States, being a Virgo doesn't mean one still has a hymen. No. No. It just means you were born in in late August or early September. Aren't Virgos supposed to be difficult? Okay, I don't want to stereotype or generalize, but I know some Virgos that are difficult. Sue, we're Scorpio. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I heard that about the Scorpios. Well, we have no right to speak. I'm a Scorpio. Yeah. Again, I'm not. I don't know if there's any truth in all of that, but some Virgos I know can be difficult, and for some reason, it was a common thing. I don't think it's anymore, but it was a common thing for me not to get along with Geminis. I'm not. I'm neither one of those. I'm neither Gemini nor Virgo. At the end of this row, and then we got to do the flip. That's the part I don't like doing. Is flipping this. It's just again the blanket that ate cub. Okay, now I can flip it. What was it? Missy Elliott said, "Flip it up and reverse it." That's what I'm doing right now. And again, if I don't do it now, I'll forget. Let me mark off. What day was that? That was August 8th. Let me just see ahead in the month. Orange, all these oranges. After I do 4 more rows, right? Wait, no. 1, 2, 3, 4. We did 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. 4 more rows of orange, then a red, and then 9 orange, then some yellow, then some orange, then some yellow. So we will be changing. Oh, tomorrow night is the night that I'm going to be doing the tree skirt. Well, starting the tree. Well, I've already started it, but on stream I'm going to be doing the tree skirt. It is a paid pattern. It's called the cranberry pineapple something something. Cranberry pineapple Christmas tree skirt. If anybody is interested in it, and I don't have a picture right ahead. Well, I have a picture, but here we go. If anybody is interested in that, this is what it looks like. Um, that is the link for the pattern. And in that link, you will get 2 patterns, one for a medium version, one for a large. It is using worsted weight yarn and a size 8mm hook, so it's using a chunky hook, so it does work up somewhat quick. So if anybody's interested, that is the link. Again, I'm not going to be teaching that one, obviously. The tree should have a poodle skirt. No, we don't have a 1950s style Christmas tree. It's more classic, traditional Victorian. Yeah, that's a question. For those of you who celebrate Christmas, and if you put up a Christmas tree, what style, what theme, what colors, what all of that good stuff. Like, what does it what is your go-to? What is your preferred, what do you call it? Style, I guess. I have a picture somewhere. I gotta find it. Actually, let me see if I can find it now. Come on, computer. Where did I put it? I wasn't ready for this. Am I ready for anything? Whatever we have available at the time. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Oh, here we go. Let me see if that one. Yes, this one works. This one right here, this is Grammy's Christmas tree. I think this was from last Christmas. Oh, tighten up that. I got a screw loose. It's not the only time that that's been said about me. We've been known to do more than one tree: peacock tree, kitchen tree, Santa at the beach, palm tree. Exactly, Grammy. Like a little no, yep, I have. Oh, actually, do I have? One moment. Oh, wait, that's not what I want. That's not what I want either. That's not what I want. Oh, okay. Let's pull up. Not that. Here is a picture of Grammy's Christmas tree. You have Alma Orange I had as a kid on your tree. Yeah, we've got some of those. This is Grammy's Christmas tree from last year. Again, I'm trying to make this as large. Oh, wait, I can do it in here. I'm gonna learn how to use a computer. You think Granny Karen Cakes is bad? Oh, wait a minute, that's all pixelated. Why is it all pixelated? Okay. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. How do I... Oh, here we go. That is Grammy's Christmas tree. Again, it's very traditional, Victorian inspired. White lights. And then... That's not it. And then I have a Christmas tree. And I don't have a good picture of it. It's more of a Charlie Brown Christmas tree. Let me zoom out. I can't even see the... Oh, I can't zoom out anymore. Oh, I can do it this way. So again, white lights. You can't really see what it looks like, but it's white and silver ornaments. And let's see if we can... Oh, actually, you know what? We can. We'll zoom in a little. Right here. That is one of my crocheted ornaments that I made years ago. I think I got about a dozen of them on there. Each one are different. Let's see. Yeah, there's a bunch over here. There's one here. You probably can't see it. I think this is the best one right there. So it's done with white and silver ornaments. And kind of, I like the look of it. And let me just close out the right folders. It gives me an excuse to keep it up throughout January because it's nothing Christmas on it. It's all snow and wintry. So I don't have to take it down right away. I mean, if I wanted to, I can get away with leaving it up into February. I don't do that. Mid-January is usually when it comes down. You haven't had a tree in 4 years? Yep, that's... I like seeing how other people do their trees, if they do them. Thank you for the merch, putting up the merch command. Mainly because I was a broke student, and now you don't have room. That makes sense. What Fairy just did, and again, thanks again. That is the link for my merch store. Those are currently all of the items I have on the merch store. We've got some t-shirts, water bottles, and accessory pouches. So if you want to support the channel, besides subs and bits, and you want something in return, you can get yourself a t-shirt. Maybe a Proud Dirty Hooker t-shirt, or a water bottle, or a really cool looking crochet term water bottle with a word cloud of all of the crochet terms, the stitches, and it will have the URL. We always include the URL because it's all about promotion. So you can see in here, there's yarn, double, popcorn, magic ring, blocking, whips, doilies, baubles, frog, circle. So that is a way to support my channel. Again, thank you for bringing that up. I mean, it'll come up periodically on its own anyway. And again, I'm trying to design some merch for Granny Karen. I just need to put some more effort and time into it. To work on the design. Got a super large ceramic mug that says "Whips and Chains Excite Me." I love that. I love it. Granny Karen doesn't need any merch. Yes, Seagam. Yes, she does. Because she has fans. And if those fans want to support her, she needs merch. Seagam, you better watch it. She's not a good... Yes, she is. I only have the 4-round and 2-round grannies left to do on the... Nice! Fairy Dust is making progress over there. You don't want to know how many squares I still need to do. Wait, what is 7 times 8? Is that 56? Yeah, it's 56. And I've only done 19 so far. So. And then like last night, I started the doily, the other commission piece. If you weren't here last night, this is the one we started last night, and it's using the same crochet thread that Granny Karen always uses and that I've used, but the difference is instead of the 2.25 millimeter hook, I'm using the 1.5, which is what's recommended for this thread, and I can do it. It's a challenge, but I can do it, and that is 4 rounds. So, we'll be working on that on and off throughout November. I want to get that one done first before the blanket is done. Got to do 22 of the 4s and 34 of the 2s. It'll go quickly. Okay. Are you doing like a traditional granny? Or any, like, is there a specific square? You might have showed it. Well, I don't know. Can't remember if you've shared any pictures of it, of the progress of it. And I think there's some stuff in the Discord. Grammy just posted the Lady Peacock tray in Discord. Okay. Well, you know what? Why don't we go and do Discord real quick? Because I think there's some other yeah, there's a couple other pieces, not pieces, shares over there on the Discord. Sure to pick a while before the square. Yeah, I think I remember that. Alright. We're going to go and do the Discord. This is from, let me just see. This is from Pasta. Finally got the diamond painting out again. So they're just starting. They're just starting the diamond painting. And I can't really tell, but these look like they're really tiny little pieces. They call those drills the little diamonds. They look really, really tiny. Maybe it's just the camera angle or the focus. But that is the diamond painting that Pasta has started. Let's see here. Okay. I posted this for Granny Karen. We did this on stream, but off stream, she did a lot of work on it. I think she only's got like 7 or 8 rows of the filet crochet piece left. So she's making progress because she has to get it done this week because the following Thursday is when she's going to the drag show. So, and then the week after that's Thanksgiving. And then we get right into all the Christmas stuff. So she's made progress. So you can kind of see the chicken now. So that is for Granny Karen. This is Lilac. Lilac, you had mentioned the other day that you were doing, a sock that you do flat and then you fold it up and it'll form it into a sock. I can see that. This here and then here at the bottom is probably going to be the cuff. How it tapers in to keep it, or actually no, that's probably the ankle. That's the ankle where you kind of looks like the ankle maybe. Yeah, I've never done that type of sock before. I mean, haven't really done socks, but that's a cool idea. Let's see. Oh, and then here is Grammy. Grammy posted the Peacock Christmas tree. I helped Grammy make this. This is a metal freestanding form. It kind of looks like a dress, but it's meant to display like items like purses and It's like it's a display piece. It's all open, like a cage type thing. And we just took branches from an old Christmas tree and wired it to it, and then put the lights on it. And Grammy did the little top piece here from a dress, and then the little ribbon, beaded ribbon thing for the collar, and then just decorated it in blue and green ornaments. And they're actually, this is one right here. Um, it's a clip-on ornament that looks like a peacock. It's a real peacock feather, but it's like a styrofoam covered, like a glitter covered styrofoam little shape. And you can really see it right here. What? Oh, I can't zoom in with this because this is not that. I got to figure this out. Let me see if I can do it this way. There are actual peacock feathers all stuck in the tree that comes out every now and then. Doesn't come out all the time. Almost looks like a bustier you. Wait, what? Fairy dust, are you a peacock? You're something, but I don't know if you're a peacock. So that is the peacock tree. Oh, and here we got Bray Crochet has done a granny square blanket. And okay, I'm not really up on sports teams, but I'm assuming that this is a college team. Is this Tennessee? Is that University of Tennessee? If Power T for Tennessee Bills? Oh, well, oh yeah. Okay, I was right. See, Crafty Cub knows some things. So I love that. I love doing like pixelized pieces, but with squares. I did a Minecraft one for a former friend, and did a similar type thing. Fairy dust is the light blue thing on top. Oh, you're talking about the peacock tree. We'll come back to that in a second. But yeah, this is all basically pixel art, but each pixel is a different granny square. So that's an easy way to incorporate lettering in a crocheted piece. I'll post a pic of a Tennessee hat design and made for a commission. Oh, nice. Yeah, definitely. Oh, you thought this was a bustier. Okay, no. This is just the bodice part of a formal dress, like a kind of like a prom dress or a cocktail dress, that type of thing. It's just the bodice part. And it's a peacock blue color, so it would fit in. Okay. Again, thank you everybody for sharing. Fairy dust, when you do post that, we'll come back to the Discord and take a look at it. Again, I'm not really into sports, not into all of those, but I recognized, for some reason, that was Tennessee Volunteers. This is the Tennessee How to Made and Use a Mosaic Method to Crochet. I love mosaic crochet. Love. Oh, wow. All right, those who aren't clicking on it, I'll still show it. This was the hat that Fairy Dust did with the mosaic technique. I like it. I like it a lot. So many talented people. It's amazing what we've all made and have come up with. But also, again, thank you everybody for sharing anything that you've put on the Discord. Oh, speaking of Discord, let's go back to the Discord real quick. Something that I shared earlier today. If you didn't know, I have a recipe channel on the Discord. So if anybody has a recipe that they want to share, that is a place to put it. And it could be real simple recipes. And I know not everybody cooks. It can be real simple of putting 3 or 4 things together, mixing it up, and there you go. It doesn't have to be baking. But I posted the recipe, and I found this online. I don't remember exactly where it's from. Found it last year. It is an apple cider cake. It's real easy. It's got some basic ingredients. There's not a lot of steps. You basically mix all the dry ingredients together, like everything that's dry, and then you mix all the wet together. And then once they're thoroughly mixed, you combine the two until they're mixed. You don't have to don't over mix it, and then you bake it. And then when it's done, there's this coating thing. It is called an apple cider cake. And I made that last night and did the little coating. The coating is just melted butter and apple cider. You brush that on, and then you sprinkle cinnamon sugar all over it. It is so good. So good. We had some of it today. So if anybody wants to try it, the recipe is in the recipe channel over on the Discord. I also had and I don't have a picture of it. The other week I did post the recipe of the recipe that Grammy had for the 3-layer lemon velvet cake. So that is over there as well. But it'd be really good done in layers with apple butter between the. You could do that in the cake itself. In that apple cider cake, in the cake there is apple cider and apple sauce, and then, like I said, for the top, it's brushed with butter and apple cider. They do also have a glaze that after you do the butter apple cider wash, you do the whole thing, sprinkle it with cinnamon sugar, and right before you serve it, they want you to make a glaze of apple cider and powdered sugar and drizzle over. We didn't do that because I made it last year, and it was just way too sweet. It was way too moist, and it was a mess. So I didn't do the glaze this time. But I could see that with apple butter. And again, if anybody's got a recipe that they found, or a family recipe, or a recipe they really like, and they want to share it, feel free to do that. Even if it's a recipe for if you have a special way to make a ham and cheese sandwich. Because I don't know about you, but I like to eat. What I will probably do, and actually this is what I will do, the end of the month, probably the beginning of December, I'm going to be doing all of my Christmas cookie baking. I do about like 4 or 5 different types of cookies. and I will be posting those recipes and pictures of those later. Yes, apple butter spoken like a true Southern boy. All right, in about 20 seconds or so, we're going to have an ad break. Be a good time to do some stretches, get something to drink, use the restroom. You all know the drill. And before we do that, let me pause this. So we're going to go to the ad break after this. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get the treat. Welcome back, everybody. Verita says sometimes marinate ham and Italian dressing for about 30 minutes before turning into a sandwich. That would be good. But yeah, I'll be posting the recipes for the cookies that I make. I usually make chocolate chip, and it's basically the Nestle's Toll House recipe. I do change it up a little bit because when I like make cookies, I like soft cookies. Like even after they've cooked and they've cooled, and a couple days later, they're still soft. I don't like hard, crispy cookies. If it's an Oreo, yes. If it's a ginger snap, not well, I don't eat ginger snaps. But if it's like a a snickerdoodle, stuff like that, that's okay if they're a little crispy. But homemade cookies, I prefer to be soft, even like I said, after they have cooled and been stored, if they last long enough to be stored. Hey there, RG Nag, how are you? So I do a little bit of sorcery, change up the recipe slightly to my cookies, so I'll be posting that. You're happy? Hey there, Sophie. Can this thing get any worse? What's wrong? You having a bad day again? You haven't had really good luck lately. Hope everything's okay. Stressful? Yeah, I know you're going through a lot of stress. Mark off that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me see if I got 5. 1, 2, 4, 5. Okay, I need 3 more rows of orange. Sending the stress my way. You'll happily take it. No, don't, don't ask for stress. Okay, now I gotta flip. You're stressed 24/7. More stress won't harm you. Oh. No, we need to have less stress in our lives. Don't ask for more. It's too big. I don't know what the width is. When I started it, I did an approximate measurement. Well, actually, no. I can't really read my thing. Um, Give me a second. Wait. I gotta make this larger so I can read it. It's supposed to be about 80 by 120 inches. So 80 wide by 120 long. Thank you for the fingy stretches, CM. So, about queen size, that was my goal. And I'm doing the row for August 10th. So a little over halfway done. It's getting on top of our laundry finally, and our dryer stopped working. Oh no. Oh no. That's not good. Billy Ray was a preacher's son, and when his daddy would come visit, he'd come along. What? Huh? I'm lost. RJ says, feel you there. Been using a hairdryer to dry your clothes. Oh, be careful with that hairdryer. Don't start a fire. So now having to spend $100 for someone to come out and fix it tomorrow, plus me being really tired, starting to lay down, and Sky woke up as soon as I laid down. Oh, sorry. And I know you're in Texas, and I know it's warmer there than other parts of the country, but it probably might not be warm enough to even like put some clothes out to dry if you're able to do that where you live. I know not all places you can do that. So now you're taking your insulin and eating something. Yes, take care of yourself. Self-care is important. Eh? But yeah, this is going to be a pretty large blanket. I'm getting fuzz and dust in my nose. I hate that. It's annoying. Almost as annoying as Seagam. Uh, but, yeah, like I was saying, I will be posting the recipes for my cookies. I make the chocolate chip Nestle Toll House version, but I do a few little tweaks to make certain that they stay soft and chewy. I make a peanut butter cookie. Same thing. I change it up so they're soft. I haven't made them yet. I have not made them yet. The end of this month or probably the beginning of December is probably when I'm gonna start making them. Occasionally, and I don't think I'm gonna do it this year, but I've made peanut blossoms. Those are the peanut butter cookies with the Hershey Kiss on top. There's one of my favorites. It's the same recipe as the peanut butter cookies. I make oatmeal. Again, they're chewy and soft. And also, there are people I know that like the oatmeal raisin. So I'll do oatmeal raisin. I'm probably just going to do oatmeal raisin. I don't think I'm just going to do plain oatmeal. And I don't know about last year I did a coconut cookie. Actually, back to what we were. Oh, I gotta find the picture again. There we go. So this was our display at Christmas of the cookies that I made. So on the bottom left here are the chocolate chip. The bottom right, I think this might have been oatmeal raisin. The middle here on the left is my peanut butter cookies, and they are thick. I like a thick, chewy cookie. And on the right, a regular oatmeal. On the top, on the right, those are coconut. Those are really good. And these white ones, those are like, oh, they're so good. These are not, these look like the Russian tea cakes or the Mexican tea cakes or whatever. Similar type idea, but these are lemon. And when I mean lemon, they are lemon. There's lemon juice and lemon extract in the cookie itself, and the powdered sugar is powdered sugar and lemonade mix, like powdered lemonade mix. And these will make, they're so tart, they'll make your ancestors wince in pain. Yeah, they're so good. So that's the cookies that I usually make. Gonna make some sugar-free cake here in a bit. Yum. Got you wanting cookies now? Yeah. I've been thinking about them, about the cookies for a little while now. Actually, one of the chocolate chip cookies sounds really good right now. Well, what am I saying? One. It's just one cookie. Oh, I gotta be careful. I mentioned lemon cookies, and if Seagam is still here, Seagam is also a lemon fan. But those recipes will be posted later on when I go to do them. I'll try to make get some pictures too. You cheated your diabetes last night and had some cinnamon rolls. Okay, well, as long as you don't make it a habit and get back on track. And as long as your blood sugar and everything is where it should be. Cinnamon roll does sound good. I love cinnamon. All of those traditional winter spices, like in that cake that I posted and that I made last night. It's got cinnamon, it's got nutmeg, and it's got cloves. And cloves. Give me the cloves. I love the smell and the taste of cloves. Hey there, sunshine. Good evening, cinnamon rolls in the waffle. Oh, that sounds good too. How are you doing, sunshine? Cloves. Cloves is smell of ground cloves and taste. And actually, the cake that I made doesn't call for cloves. It just calls for the cinnamon, the nutmeg, and the vanilla. But I added in cloves because they go together and it's what I like. Talking about food, I'm getting hungry again. Speaking of which, I got my garlic onion pretzels. God, they're so good. And they're not overly garlic. Got to go back to work, have a good stream. Okay, RJ Nag, I'm glad that you popped in for a little bit. I appreciate it. You're doing good. Praying that I can find a pharmacy this week that has shots for diabetes. Just peeing every 5 seconds sucks. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I heard that. I saw a headline. I didn't actually read the story, but some of those diabetic shot material, medications like the insulin or the Ozempic, or I think it's the Ozempic, are like can be difficult to find. They can't, for some reason, can't keep them in stock, or they can't get them actually. Insulin isn't that bad. You get it from your doctor. Okay, yeah. Like I said, I think it was the Ozempic or medications like that. They want you on Ozempic, but it's hard to find, so they're trying to find another option. Yep. Don't get me started on pharmaceuticals in this country and the price of them. And I think also part of that, of the Ozempic thing, is there are some doctors that are prescribing that for patients that aren't even diabetic to help them lose weight, because it will help with that. I think that's what part of it is. Hey there, moth. How are you? We have a moth. We have a moth in our midst. For those who don't know, imperfect, they go by moth. I know moth from the Traveling Tatters stream and from that Spy Guy, and there's probably a bunch of other ones that we are both in that we frequent. You're just looking around? Yep. You missed it. We were talking about yummy, yummy nummies to eat and all that good stuff. Cakes and cookies and stuff that we really shouldn't eat. You thought you were well disguised? Nope. Can't hide from me. You know, Moth, I'm trying to apply to Tatter's coven, so I'm learning the spells and everything to see through your disguise. Those who don't know the reference, Tatter, Traveling Tatter, she is a thank you, Sigam. That was Granny Karen Cakes Moreno doing the Harlem Shake. Um, as I was saying, those who don't know what I was talking about, the Traveling Tatter, she is a streamer. She tats. She uses crochet thread or tatting thread and a tatting shuttle, which I can't get to my shuttle at the moment, and makes lace. Well, the other week she was doing a stream. She was part of Dinosaur Stream Fest, and when it was her turn to stream, she was showing and explaining, pulling back the curtain, that what she does is magic, because everybody suspects that tatting is magic, and she was showing us her cauldron and her spells, and I'm trying to be part of her coven. Aaron and I are having an argument. Green tree with warm lights or green tree with colored lights. I told him he's making me get a fake tree. That I want warm lights everywhere. I hate color light. When you mean warm, do you mean like white, but like a warm color white? Most of the point redeems I don't leave her note. See, again, that's because I've recently, in the past couple days, made a whole bunch of channel point redeems. I'm getting into channel point redeems, and I don't know if you were here. I also have emotes. So there are emotes, and I'm going to show my emotes real quick. Yes, I said that. I'm going to show my emotes. That is the emote for my followers. So any follower can use that emote. And those are the sub emotes. You never get told because you're never in here. You got to show up to be notified. You said white lights. I agree. I am a white light fan. I don't like colored lights. And I don't. Now, this is personal. I mean, if I'm going driving around, or riding around, or going to a lighted display, and they have colored lights and they have flashing lights, that's fine. But personally, I like solid white lights. Is that a moth? Yes, that's a moth. Yep, that is a moth. It's just moths. Stay away from my yarn. Well, actually, most of my yarn's acrylic, so you're fine because moths don't eat acrylic yarn. Okay. Warm lamps, yeah. It's more traditional. I like the traditional lights on a Christmas tree. Purple lights under your platform, but okay, that's fine. That's fine if they're decoration and for mood lighting. I've got a strip of RGB lights, which I haven't used in I don't know how long. I'm okay with the different colors like that. That's fine. But personally, on a Christmas tree, I like a green tree. I don't like all these other weird colors. I like a green tree with white lights, non-blinking. But that's just my preference. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I gotta mark off my calendar. Purple, most moths don't eat after they emerge from the cocoon. There are 2 types of moths that eats fabric. Yes. And if a moth is going to, if an insect of any sort is going to eat any any fiber, it's going to be a natural fiber. They're not going to eat acrylic because it's plastic, because they don't eat plastic. Okay, I have a question for fellow crocheters, knitters, yarnies. I belong to a Facebook group, and it's crochet, knit, yarn centric. And they were somebody had asked the question, what do you do? How do you stop acrylic yarn from shrinking when you launder it in the dryer? And from my understanding and my experience, acrylic doesn't shrink. It might melt a little bit if it's too hot, but it's not gonna shrink. A natural fiber will shrink, like cotton can shrink and wool can shrink. And they were arguing, oh, it got heated in there. I think the moderators, all I said is acrylic doesn't shrink. It's a natural fiber. It's a synthetic fiber, and only natural fibers shrink. And everybody else was going on, and it got bad, and the moderator had to turn comments off. It's like, so I don't know if anybody else has ever experienced acrylic shrinking, but it's not really a thing. I don't put yarn in the dryer, hang it on the clothesline. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and that's fine. That's fine to hang it on the clothesline. But that's one of the reasons, actually, that is one of the reasons why they came up with acrylic yarn, was ease of care. And so your sweater or your blanket, if it was done in wool, you can run the risk of shrinking it. There's other factors too, cost and availability, and it goes on, but kind of the property of acrylic is it doesn't shrink. And I know a lot of you know who belong to any type of, and this goes anywhere on social media, but any type of crafting, art, medium group, oh, it can get nasty in those groups. I know Grammy quilts, and she belongs to some quilting groups, and oh, it can get pretty bad. She's told me some stories and comments that she's read. Only groups I do is on Twitch and Discord. Yep, that's fine. Again, I belong to like 2 things on Facebook, and they're pretty much chill. I like looking at some of the stuff that people make and or patterns that they have found. And then the other one I belong to is Crochet for Beginners, and I don't mind responding to somebody who has a question or is new to crochet. So those are the only ones I really belong to. Don't mean to sidetrack, but you have a thought. Don't want to lose it. I finally found a temp piece I want to do. It's a cross-stitch piece, and it's mason jars that you fill up the temps. Oh, so like you stitch I think I've seen something like that. So it'll be like mason jars, and then you stitch in the jar for the colors. I like that idea. But no, that's fine if you sidetrack. That's kind of inevitable here on Twitch. You always get sidetracked. Yeah, if I ever do a temperature project again, it's not going to be a big blanket. I had the idea of doing one for the year that I was born. And I was born in the 70s. Yes, I'm older. And doing it in traditional classic 70s colors. But I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm getting burnt out on this one here. And even if I was going to do it, it would have been a much smaller blanket. But like I said, with those Facebook groups or wherever the groups, I don't mind trying to help answer people's questions if they're new to it or they're stumped, kind of like what I do here on the stream. If I can answer it, that is. I mean, I don't claim to know everything.
Thanks for the raid.
Wow! Thank you for the raid, little crunchy. I like your name. Welcome in, raiders. How was your stream? What were you doing? Welcome in, everybody, and there's so many people coming in.
Thanks for the follow.
Again, thank you for the follow, Citizen Yarn. We got Sorted Spiral, Human Falafel. Actually, falafel sounds good. I love falafel. Finzi, Citizen Yarn, Harry Mason. Yes, this is a raid. Yeah, this is a raid. Punk, Something Dads. Well, everybody, welcome in. Again, what were you working on? What were you doing? Let me scroll up to see if I missed anything. Again, thanks to everybody who's following. Normally I call everyone out, but there's so many that are following. Thank you, Something Dad and Tex Max.
Thanks for the follow.
So, what were you working on? What were you doing? I want to know all the things. You're playing a terrible 90s point-and-click game as we usually do. All right. That sounds kind of fun. I like playing... Oh, I don't really play that many games, but I like terrible things. Tongue-in-cheek terrible things. I've started but never completed a temperature blanket. Yeah, I'm trying to work more on this. For everybody who came in on the raid, I am the Crafty Cub. Let me move this on over so you can see what I look like. If you want to see what I look like. Mostly crochet here on the stream. You've been hit by a crunchy robot copper. Yes, I accept your friendships. Mostly crochet here on the stream. In the new year, we will be doing other other fiber arts. We're going to do some cross stitch, some embroidery. I'm going to learn how to tat. I'm going to get better at knitting. We're going to do some fiber prep. All of that good stuff. What do I do here on the stream? Well, on Sundays, we work on temperature blanket. I have started a temperature blanket back in January. Each day of the week, I record the high temperature of my area, and I have a chart above my head, and whatever temperature it is, if it's in that range, that'll determine the color. So I won't know what it's going to be until that day happens. I am playing catch up. I am back in middle of August right now. So I didn't work on this in the summer because it was too damn hot to be lugging this around. This is going to be about a queen size blanket. So I'm playing catch up. So that is what we do on Sundays. On Saturdays, I know I'm going backwards, but on Saturdays, I do I work on blankets for Project Linus. Project Linus is a nonprofit here in the U.S. and Canada that accepts handmade blankets for children of all ages up to the age of 18 that are in need. So I've got actually currently I have 3 different blankets I'm working on. They're in different stages of progress, so they will be going to Project Linus. Let me grab this real quick. Let me show some things that we did in October. On October, on Mondays and Tuesdays, we had a Halloween theme. Thank you for the follow, everybody. So we are big fans of squares here. Not all of these are squares, but granny squares, other types of squares. And we like appliques. Well, I like appliques and squares. So we did a little witch. And that's what we did on Mondays and Tuesdays. We had Halloween themes. So we did a little witch. We did this last week. This is a Frankenstein candy pouch. It's front and back, and it is a pouch. You can put candy in it. Cute little party favor. I'm going to try to, and these are not my designs. These are not my patterns. I always credit the source I get them from. I'm going to try to alter this and make it into Bride of Frankenstein. I think that would be really cute. Maybe like a gray color and then the brown and the white. So we did our little Frankenstein. He's got little arms and legs and his little bolts on the side of his head. We also did, one night, we did a spiderweb granny. So it is a square and then you do the spider webs on top. It's 3-dimensional, really cute and spooky. And another one we did was a bat, and its wings will flap, so you can actually fly away. That is what we did on Mondays and Tuesdays. And in addition, thank you for the follow, everyone. On Halloween, last Tuesday, Halloween night, we did this. I am not really known for amigurumi. It's not really my thing. I've just been getting into it the past couple months. We made a cute Halloween, a candy corn amigurumi. I actually made 2. I always usually have a sample, and then I do one on stream. So that is, 'tis corn. It has the juice. Okay. Wouldn't that be high fructose corn syrup? So that is what we have done in November, because we're now into November. Tomorrow we're going to be working on a tree skirt pattern. And those squares that I that I showed you, the Halloween and this, I teach. So I show you how to do it step by step, stitch by stitch. Tomorrow we're going to be doing a tree skirt pattern. This is a paid pattern. If anybody is a crocheter and wants this pattern, !tree skirt will get you the pattern. It's on Etsy. It is using worsted weight yarn and a size 8.5mm hook. So it works up pretty quick. So I will not be teaching it. I'll just be doing it. So that's for tomorrow. And then Tuesdays in November, since here in the U.S., November means Turkey Day, means Thanksgiving. So I'll do the donkey song in 1 second there, Gary. I see what you did there. Mouth said it's a meme video, definitely somewhere on YouTube. I like corn, it has the juice. Okay. I'm trying to keep up with all this chat. I can't remember, my brain. Little Crunchy, if you need to raid and run, I totally understand. But on Tuesday, we're going to make this cute little coaster. It could be an applique that you can apply to something. You can be an ornament. You can do whatever you want with it. It's this cute little turkey. Great for using up scraps. So this is coming up on Tuesday. In addition to all of that, Thursdays here on the stream is Throwback Thursdays. I have a special guest. I should have her picture on hand, and I don't. I am such a bad streamer. But Thursdays, we have a special guest. This right here, that is Granny Karen Cakes Moreno. She is an elderly, feisty lady. She doesn't take lip off of anybody, but she teaches us vintage crochet with some thin crochet thread. She did this. This is a pattern from like the 30s or the 40s. She'll do different. You love Granny Karen? Yes. You know of Granny Karen? And yes, she has an emote. That is a new thing. Granny Karen has an emote. Granny Karen's emote is a free. Well, yeah, it's a follower emote. Excited to meet her? Yes. She's a trip. All Granny Karen all day. So on Thursdays, she takes over my stream, gives me a break from streaming. She will have you rolling. Don't eat Granny Karen's hair. Moth, don't eat her hair. What she is working on currently, I need to have this picture close at hand. This is what she is working on currently. She is doing some filet crochet. Filet crochet is all it is double crochets and chain stitches, and you can form pictures, and you can also do lettering with it. So this is a piece that she's started a few weeks ago. She's only got about 7 or 8 rows left. And if you know crochet, if you know how to crochet, and you can count to 3, and you know how to do a double crochet stitch, and know how to do a chain stitch, you can filet crochet. It's not as difficult as it looks. So that is what we do here on the channel. And again, like I said, in the new year, we will be doing other fiber arts. Granny Karen's girdle gets a little too tight sometimes. Yeah, you gotta. I have heard, Fairy Dust, that she's had to scold you a couple times. So, better watch it. I know how to watch crochet. Yes, that counts. All right. How do you spell what? Filet? Is that what you're looking for? Filet crochet. And I didn't forget about the redeem, Gary. We're going to go and do that right now. Okay, we're good. So I got to turn my sounds off. Let me check this here and switch to this. So Gary redeemed the donkey song. Donkey Song is a redeem I have. Can only be redeemed once per stream. Granny Karen does not do the Donkey Song, so that is turned off on Thursdays. So, this is what Gary asked for, and this is what Gary will get. And everyone else gets too. So, if you don't want your ears to bleed, you might want to mute. Alrighty, here is the Donkey Song. Sweetly sings the donkey at the break of day. If you do not feed him, this is what he'll say. E-aw, 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 e-aw. Thank you, Gary. And now we can bring back music that isn't horrible. Why is that? Okay. Again, if you need to raid and run, I totally understand. Hopefully your stream was well, and you said you were playing that a horrible 90s game. So, welcome everybody. And I am just working on, again, it's Sunday. We're doing our temperature blanket, which is the ongoing project. Oh, another thing is, here on the stream, if anybody is a crocheter or an aspiring crocheter and has questions, feel free to stop. To say, hey, Crafty Cup, stop what you're doing. How do you do this? Or what does this mean? I'm more than willing to drop everything, pick up a ball of yarn and a hook, and demonstrate a stitch, a technique, and hopefully I can answer your question. Donkeys are so sweet. I haven't spent that much time around donkeys. Oh, you're welcome. And again, thank you for the raid coming in. I greatly appreciate it with everybody who came in on that raid and everybody who followed. Let me thank everybody, the followers again, because it was just one after another after another. This is all for the followers. Thank you, Citizen Yarn, Something Dad, Tex Mad, Little Crunchy, Sported Spiral, Finzy, and It's Voodoo Viking. Again, welcome everybody in. And you know what? I am going to go and I am going to follow you, Little Crunchy, since you rated me. And you know what? Why not? Let's just do this. I will give you a shout out. So go and check them out. Okay, I gotta remember where I'm at. I'm doing this. The stitch is called the moss stitch. It's also known as the linen stitch or the granite stitch. Oh, you're welcome, Little Crunchy. Here on the stream, when I first started doing this, a few of my followers refer to this as the zipper stitch, because if you look, this is a good row here. It looks like the teeth of a zipper have been zipped up. So all this is single crochets and chains. You do a single crochet into the chain stitch of the previous row, then you chain, and you do a single crochet into the chain stitch of the previous row. That's all that this is. And you would think it's going to take a while to do since it's single crochets, but you're not doing every stitch is not a single crochet. It goes somewhat fast, especially if you have a smaller piece and not an overachiever like the Crafty Cub, and make a wide blanket. Oh, also, when anybody came in on the raid, I do have a YouTube channel if you want to watch any previous streams, !YouTube. So you can go back and watch about 150. I'm coming up on my year anniversary of streaming, beginning of December, so in about a month. Also, I have a Discord. You can join the Discord if you want. You can share your pictures on what you're working on. Join the community over there. It doesn't have to be just fiber arts. It could be whatever your hobby is. You can ask questions. There's some resources. Most likely, there might be somebody over there that can answer your question. I mean, I don't have experts in every field, obviously. I don't think anybody does. I just started a recipe channel over on the Discord, and I've posted 2 different cake recipes that are yummy, yummy, yummy. And there will be more yummies that will be posted over there. I also have a merch store. And I know you're all new and you don't really know me, or those of you who don't know me. If you want, you can take a look at the merch store, and if you should want to support the channel besides a sub or bits, the merch store might be a good place to go, because not only do you support the channel, you also get something in return. So you're not just throwing money at me and Twitch, you are throwing money at me and Teespring, but you get something in return. There are some t-shirts, there are stainless steel, 32-ounce stainless steel water bottles, and zippered accessory pouches. 3 different designs. Yes, they are crochet themed. Here on the stream, if you hadn't noticed already, we are the home of the Proud Dirty Hookers. There are people who wash their crochet hooks. I am not one of those. I have never washed a crochet hook. I never will. I don't know. I personally don't see a need to wash a crochet hook. But I am proud of the fact that I have never washed one. So if you ever see anybody in here refer to me as a dirty hooker, they're not being mean. Not only am I a dirty hooker, I am a fast hooker, if you haven't noticed, and a tight hooker. So yes, the Crafty Cub is a tight, dirty, fast hooker. If you two are also a proud, dirty hooker, and you want to show off your pride, there are some t-shirts over there. That's a really good way to show off your pride that you are a dirty hooker. We have a t-shirt in the pink variety with a couple different colors of shirts. And on the back, we'll have the URL of the stream. In addition to the pink variety, I happen to have the pink one in the purple shirt with the pink ball of yarn. We also have one in the blue. And you can also get these 2 designs in these zippered pouches. And there's the one in the blue pouch. And additionally, in a 32-ounce stainless steel water bottle. I have a good source has told me that this can keep your drink cold for about 24 hours. And it can hold up about an average size bottle of wine. So if you're also a relaxed, not a drunk hooker, but a relaxed, proud, dirty hooker, you can safely imbibe your adult beverage while crocheting and not spill it on your yarn. So you can get that in the pink colorway or the blue. And if you are not a proud, dirty hooker or don't want to show off your pride and you still want to support the channel and are a crochet fan, I have a Crochet Terms t-shirt. This has a word cloud with a bunch of different crochet terms on it. And they come in all these 5 different colors. And that same pattern is on the accessory pouches and the water bottle. So if you are inclined to, pop on over to the merch store and see what they have. It also makes a good gift if you know of a proud, dirty hooker in your life. The holidays are coming up. They'll be here before you know it. And if they have a sense of humor and they are also a crocheter, that might be a good gift. All right, let's see here. I need to mark off my row. I'm going to count my row. That should be 7 that I've done. I got to do one more after this, if my count is correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, I have one more orange. And then we're going to go and do a row of red, and then back to the damn orange. Alrighty. I don't know if we were talking about anything before I got raided. I don't remember what the topic was. Let me see if I can scroll up a little bit just to double check if there was anything we needed to mention. Oh, yeah, Grammy said maybe next time take the average temperature per week and just make a pillow. Okay, yes. I know, I remember there was a comment or something. Yeah, that could be that could be an idea. Because you'd only have the 52 rows. Grammy, I might actually end up doing that. All right. Got to do the flip. Oh, this thing is so heavy. And I need a little snicky snack. I mentioned this when I first streamed. If anybody has an Aldi near you, I know this is the U.S. I don't know if this is sold in Aldis in other countries, but their brand of snacks is called Clancy's, and they have these garlic onion. I think it's called Bold and Zesty. I think that's the name of it. But it's a garlic onion flavored pretzel. Oh my god, they're amazing. And they're not overly garlicky. Hopefully there will not be an average weekly temperature that requires white yarn. Oh, yes. Yes. If you noticed on my scale here, everybody, the very top, the white stripe is anything under 40 degrees. Anything lower than 40 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm in the US, it's all Fahrenheit. We don't like the white. So far in this blanket, and I can't show it to you because it's all rolled up. It's so large that I had to roll it up. But there, we have one row of white. We had one day so far in my location this year that the high temperature was lower than 40. Thank you for that. You definitely don't live in New York. A considerable amount of the blanket will be white. Yes, that is if I used this gauge in that location. You can make your temperature gauge, your range, whatever you want. Where I live, it's not uncommon to have high temperatures below 40 and above 90. I mean, it can get over 100 here. Doesn't happen that often. So that was my range. So you find out what your range is and then divide it up and then pick your colors. These are just happen to be the colors I'm using. And when I mean orange or white or red or whatever, it's that general. So if I run out of this orange and I get another orange, it's still going to be in the 80s. So I don't have a specific shade or a specific brand of yarn. I started this to use up scraps. Well, that theory didn't really work out too well because I got rid of most of my scraps already from this. So I did have to get a couple more colors for yarn. Tell the new folks about the show. Great. Oh, yes. I didn't even. Thank you, Sunshine. So, Granny Karen Cakes Moreno has only been taking over my Thursday streams for, what was it, maybe about almost 2 months now. She did back in the spring. I personally was having a Grady Square week event in April. And for a couple of those days, I was not able to log into my account. Somebody had hacked it. And I found out that there was this old lady on my stream showing crochet. Well, I got my channel back. And I don't remember how I got in contact with her. But turns out her grandson hacked my account. She didn't know anything about it. She didn't know it, doesn't really know much about computers. And she apologized profusely, and I accepted her apology. And over the summer, I talked to her and I asked her if she would like to take over my Thursday streams. She agreed. And in doing so, not this Thursday, but the following Thursday, one of my mods, Clay Miko, and her husband, Nor Ferry, bought tickets to a drag show in D.C. I live not too far from Washington, D.C., and they bought tickets for the two of them and for me, and as a thank you to Granny Karen, I am giving my ticket to Granny Karen. But she still doesn't understand. She thinks she's going to a drag race, as in race cars. And I've told her a couple times, and she still doesn't understand. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. All right, we're going to have an ad. I want to do this before we go to ad. So get a drink, use the restroom, all of that, and welcome back, everybody. Thank you for sitting through that ad. What sounds dreamy? Gary says, when it hits 30, your body says, I hate you. Yeah. When it hits the single digits, I hate everything. Fairbanks average temperature is negative 15. Yeah, no. We don't really get below zero temperatures. I mean, we get below freezing because 32 Fahrenheit is freezing. But even as a low, we don't really get. I don't know if it's ever gotten that low. We get negative here rarely, and usually, yeah. Oh, we get the wind chill. Yeah, we get wind chill, and we do get snow here, and ice, and sleet, and oh, sorry, Grammy. I did say a 4-letter word starts with S. Shit is fine. You can say shit all day long. Negative 15 is time to move civilization. Yeah. Nope. I mean, I like cooler weather, but I don't want it that cold. And again, thank you, Gary, for that Granny Shake redeem. November in Texas, still wearing shorts and flip-flops. Okay. Okay. It's November right now, and I don't even know what the temperature was today, because I'm not recording anything at the moment. And I live in Central Maryland. Let's see what the temperature was. Okay, yesterday was 67. Okay, 40, this past Wednesday was 49 as a high. I was wearing shorts and short sleeves. So, that's nothing for me. If it gets to the low 40s, yeah, I'll put on long pants. Got to 70 today? Yeah. I know yesterday it's saying it was 67 here. So that week, when we get to it, it was like 70s for 2 days, 50, 49, 52, 55, 59, and then 67. So when we get to that week, it's going to be all different colors. And I'm using Weather Channel. I was using AccuWeather, but their numbers were totally off. Like, totally. Still in the 80s. Yeah. I've got a friend that lives in the Houston area, and it's still warm there. Heck, he's also said that there have been times, a lot of times, they'll have an outdoor Thanksgiving. You ain't gonna have an outdoor Thanksgiving here. I mean, it's not usually snow on the ground, but it can be chilly. Obviously, the accurate does not mean accurate. No, they used to. I mean, they were pretty good, but it was back in May or June. I'm like, no, this doesn't feel like that. Like, you're way off. Like, and not just like a degree or two, because I can't really tell between 1 or 2 degrees. But this is like, it's like a 10-degree difference. I went back to Weather Channel. And to remind everybody, I do have a bunch of those channel point redeems. So, if you want to redeem, I'm thinking I'm probably going to end up doing this. I'm still trying to figure out like a good like channel point amount for everything, because I don't really know like the scaling and everything. The Donkey Song's staying at that. It's going to be a high price for that one. But a lot of the other ones, I think I'm going to have to lower or change or whatever. I'm still getting my feelers for the cost of redeems. But even though I've been streaming for almost a year, I'm new to emotes and redeems. I'm learning. Slowly but surely, I'm learning all the things. I also, what I need to do, and I got to work on it, on my About page, the home page here for my channel, I need to put some information in there, not just a little blurb, but I need to flesh it out with some things. All I know is when I'm done streaming, I am getting something to eat. I am, as Winnie the Pooh would say, got a rumbly in my tumbly. I am hungry. Well, we've got some chicken salad. We've got some cheese and like sliced salami and crackers. We've got soup. And I mainly want to eat some of that just so I can have some cake to justify me having cake. Grammy also made, and I'll eat it. It's not my favorite. I'll eat maybe a slice once a year. She made pumpkin cheesecake. Yeah, but I already had a slice of the cake today. But I had the chicken salad first. Yeah, I'm more of a pumpkin pie fan or a pumpkin roll fan than a pumpkin cheesecake fan. Mama said when I grow, I can have whatever I want, then I want, when I want. So I had chocolate cupcakes for dinner. That's fine. Actually, I was in Tatter's stream the other night, and she said something about, yeah, being an adult means if you want, you can have cookies and milk for dinner. And I was like, oh, you got cookies and milk? She was like, no, but you could have it. Even though I can't drink milk. It, tears up my stomach. Currently reheating meatloaf that your mom made when I went to visit. Oh, meatloaf. Love meatloaf. There's nothing better than homemade meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and green beans. Like, classic American dinner. But meatloaf, I have to put on Heinz 57 sauce on my meatloaf. Loaf, mashed, and green bean. Yum. Yeah, I have to have Heinz 57, or there is a generic version, but that tangy sauce. Again, I like strong flavors. That's something that if you don't know already about me, that I like strong flavor. We had the onion topic earlier. I also like vinegar. Like, really like vinegar. I'm not going to drink vinegar by itself. But things that are very vinegary, that is me. Lactose intolerant, but the powdered milk that Meals on Wheels brings for your school lunch doesn't bother you. Okay, yeah. It could be the level of the fat content in, because I can have ice cream. Ice cream doesn't bother me. Cheese doesn't bother me. But milk, even if it's low-fat milk, can't do it. Sheridan Spy Guys Discord for you to see later. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check that out. I mean, I've never been tested for lactose intolerance, but I just know that that's what I, but it wasn't like that when I was younger. When I was a kid, I don't know how much milk I drank. Glasses of milk. Oh, remember as a kid, Oreo cookies dipped in milk and cereal. I ate a lot of cereal in my time. All right, we've switched over to a stripe of red, but it's only for one day. That day, it got up to 90. And then the following day was 88. So just 2 degree difference. It will drop it down into another color range. Ugh. Now, after I get this all done, watch, we're going to have a winter where it's going to be mild, where it's not going to be cold enough for me to use this. That would piss me off. It's still going to be pretty, and I can display it somewhere, fold it, and put it on my bed. Oh, let me mark off the 12th of August. Really thinking that I need to get a lot of this done off stream because I don't want to be working on this in February. And I still haven't taken a picture of this. My progress. But I did a count the other day. I now have 9 whips that I'm working on. That doily that I started last night is now my 9th whip. My goal is to get a lot of these done. I think one of my whips only has a little bit left to go on it, so that'll be done relatively soon. Ugh. I know I'm gonna need some more of this red because I'm using this same red for the commission piece for this eyeball square. So it's that same red. I do have a $5 rewards coupon from Michaels, and that's where this red yarn is from. Need to pick me up some of that. But yeah, I got 9 whips, and there's another whip. Well, it's not really a whip because I haven't started it yet, but soon to be whip. I want to make or attempt to try to make that cardigan that Fairy Dust had made. We'll see about that. I'm using a different size yarn than it calls for, so there might be some sizing issues. If not, I'll find something else. Need another pretzel. Oh, excuse me. Ah, maybe if I put that over there, that might work a little bit better. Duh. So, Moth, how was the meatloaf? Yum. Almost as good as yesterday. Yeah. This crafty cub is getting really hungry. Sometimes leftover can be great, better than the original, but this is almost as good. Yeah. Usually, in my experience, most leftovers are better because gives it more time for all the flavors to meld. And if it wasn't for leftovers, I wouldn't be on this planet. There are some people who refuse to eat leftovers. Like if there's anything left over, they throw it away. I'm like, what? I don't get that. I don't get it. I don't throw out perfectly good food. Okay. Alrighty. So I think we are at the end of that row. As a shovel in yesterday's meatloaf into your face. Yeah. Yeah, I don't get that way of thinking. But to each their own. Let me I gotta change this thing so I can see it. Cause alrighty. We got to the end of that row. I've got to do another. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 more rows of orange, and then we can do some yellow. But I'm doing a food dance. I like food too. Definitely love the food. Love the yum yum, the num nums. Okay. You don't want to see my dirty, dusty keyboard. Alrighty, I think we're gonna go in a raid. I think we're calling it an evening. I've been going on for about 2.5 hours now. I would have gone longer, but I am hungry. All I had today was a chicken salad sandwich, a slice of that apple cider cake. Again, if you want that recipe, check on over at the Discord in the recipe section. There's also a picture, and a handful of pretzels. That's all I've had today. So I need to feed my belly. All right, before we leave, we're going to do the things. Turn my back for a second, and old age crept up on me faster than an old pair of underwear. Okay. Okay, Gary. Thank you for that that anecdote. All right. So, check out the Discord. Share whatever you're working on, whatever your hobbies, your interests. If you find something cool where you live or wherever you're at and want to take a picture of it, again, there are recipes over there, amongst other things, not just recipes. While you're over there, if you want, click on the link before that where it says for the poll. Granny Karen Cakes has 4 crocheted angels that she has selected as possibilities for her to do in December. Go over there and vote. So this is angel number 1. We're going to do one of them. If there's a tie, we'll have to figure out the tie, how to do a tiebreaker. This is angel number 1. She's going to do it on stream. And then after stream, she will form it into the angel, starch it, and all of that. So there's angel number 1. Here's angel number 2. angel number 3, and number 4. So everybody go over there and vote. The voting will be open until December 7th. That is when we're going to find the results, and we will know which one we're going to make. She'll make it on the following week on the 14th. Also, I have a YouTube channel. Got about over 150 videos. Check out past streams. They're all unedited, uncut, going back a year, almost a year. See other things that we have done here on the stream, other moments, other events. Excuse me. Also, check out the merch store. I mentioned the merch store earlier. Good way to support the stream. Apart from bits and subs, you get something in return for your support, and they can make a good gift. The holidays are coming up. So if you know a proud dirty hooker in your life, or a crocheter that would like the crochet term design, the word bubble, check that out. All right, we're gonna get our raid call. That is the raid call for any of the followers. Where's the thing? The thing. I gotta get the thing. We gotta get the thing. So followers, copy that raid call. And any subscribers, copy this raid call. We are gonna go and raid somebody. I'm gonna turn my music off now because I don't need my music going. And let me see who is on right now currently. I think we're gonna go there. I think that's who we're gonna go to. They've been streaming for a few hours now, but I don't think they're done yet. Yes. That is who we're going to go and raid. Alrighty. Thank you everybody for hanging out here with me. You always learn so much here. Thanks again for awesome stream. Well, thank you. And thank you for the redeems that you did. I'll be on tomorrow night for, let me pull up the picture. Got to get that all ready. Tomorrow night we're doing this. We're working on the cranberry pineapple tree skirt. If you want that pattern, exclamation tree skirt, it is a paid pattern on Etsy. It's a digital download. You get 2 different sizes, a medium one and a large one. They both take a, what do you call it? Worsted weight yarn, the same type of yarn I'm using now, that I was using tonight, and a 8.5mm hook, so a big old hook. It works up kind of quick. So that is the crochet along that we will be doing tomorrow. I will be on, like I said, I'll be on tomorrow for that. We're going to go raid. We're going to go raid Liz. It's over at Sleeping Luna Designs. Check her out. It's always fun over there. She is part, I think, yeah, she's part of Moco Loco. Isn't she part of Moco Loco? Yeah, she's part of Moco Loco. She is working on, definitely you want to stick around and watch this. She is working on she's doing something called, what's it called? Sweater-vember? Sweater-vember. She's doing a bunch of sweater patterns this month. The one she's working on now is a raglan sleeve sweater. And the yarn she is using, it is gorgeous. It is these turquoise aquas, but there's a gradient. I just can't stop looking at the color of yarn. It is pretty yarn. Yeah. So we're going to go and raid her. Again, copy those raid calls. I will be on tomorrow night for the tree skirt. Thanks again, everybody, for hanging out. Everybody have a good evening, and